Hello and good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. We are here for another Thursday check-in. I love catching up with you guys every week and letting me know everything that's going on and what is happening in your lives. This is one of my favorite parts of the week, are our Thursday check-in. So we're gonna give a second for some more of our friends to hop on. But we are here, I am here in Colorado, and we had a big snow and lots of cold the last couple days, but I personally love snow and cold and just the changing of the seasons. I've lived in Colorado my entire life, so I am very used to snow, and it's all good here for me with snow. So I am here in our house. Murray is, he enjoyed seeing you guys so much last week that he decided to put on one of his favorite turtlenecks. Good morning, everybody. Hi. Hey, guys. Hey, Janet. Hey, Angie. Hey, everybody. Murray put on one of his favorite turtlenecks for our check-in today, and he just loves getting dressed up and seeing you guys and saying hello. Don't you, Mur? Yeah, see how cute. So cute. Good morning, David. Yay. Good morning, Patricia. So it's always so fun to see you guys, and thank you guys for tuning in for our Thursday check-in so we can get to know each other a little bit more and just catch up. So I have some questions for you and some check-ins for you, but I also have, if you guys have any questions for me, I am answering them. Those can be personal questions, business questions, questions that you have just always wondered, whatever. I'm opening myself up, and I'm always happy to answer questions. So if there's anything about me or my business or whatever that you just would like to know, I am here. If you want to know my favorite products, if my favorite things to do, just whatever, feel free to ask questions on this video. Hey, Oscar over there in Germany. So good to see you. Hey, Patricia. So I know I'm pretty open about a lot of things, but I mean, this can be like, you know, whatever, my morning routine or whatever. So feel free to ask as we're on the video. So to catch up, we are here. It's another Thursday. And so to get started, I want to know just how your week has been and one of the things that you are planning for the weekend and what you're doing. Now, if you are not planning anything and you are staying in and enjoying your weekend in your cozies, I am all for that. That is one of my favorite ways to spend the weekend. So for me, this weekend, we are going to a fun event that Linda Wall is planning. It's an educational doll lunch on Saturday called Meet Me in the Middle. It's the Meet Me in the Middle Doll Club, which is a club I am a member of. And Linda works so hard planning these lunches that happen twice a year. So we are going to go to that on Saturday. And then on Sunday, I don't have any plans other than to stay in my comfies and take my mom to church in my living room and just kind of enjoy some downtime and enjoy the weekend. So that's what I got going on, and let me know what you've got going on. Sherry said, what is your favorite handbag brand? Hands down, it's Louis Vuitton. It's some people pronounce it Louis Vuitton, some pronounce Louis Vuitton. I got my first one when I was 16, and it was such a big deal. I have a number of them that I have just bought over the years. Usually when I would get one, it would be to mark a very special accomplishment. I got one when I graduated college. I got one when I turned 30, things like that. So if you guys see me around with Louis Vuitton handbags, there's always going to be a story. My mom, when I was growing up, spoiled me, and she bought me some beautiful Louis Vuitton bags that I will always have and cherish, and some awesome ones. And I actually don't wear them as much because my mom gave them to me and I don't want them to wear out, but I do. Louis Vuitton, hands down. Sherry, what is your favorite brand designer? My favorite designer, my favorite designer right now is probably Alice Temperley, and she has a wonderful line of just incredible clothes called Temperley London. And she's probably my favorite designer right now. Now that does change, but if you guys remember that awesome dress that I wore when we went to visit Robert Tonner. Do you guys remember that embroidered dress that had the daisies all over the back of it, and it was just like embroidered everywhere? That was Temperley London. So, and I have some other pieces by her, so if you guys want me to wear them, I definitely will. So yep, Temperley London's one of my favorites. I also, for fashion, I go to thrift stores. I go to, there's a thrift store next to my work that's amazing that I find incredible things. I don't know if the mayor's wife is dropping off her clothes there, but I find awesome things at local consignments and thrift stores. And I'm always looking for brands that I love on, I'll go to like Barney's online and I'll look at the current season and things that I love. And then I'll look on eBay and find them for like a fraction of the price and things like that. So I do shop a lot that way. It's one of my favorite ways to kind of make it happen. So Murray's favorite brand is the clothes that his fans send him. He probably has 20 outfits that his wonderful fans have sent him, and he loves them all. Murray is snoring even though he's awake, I think. That's so funny. So Melvin says, I love thrifting. Yeah, you guys, thrifting is so much fun. And I buy all kinds of things at the thrift store next to my work. I buy like good quality glass Tupperware. I buy so many things. Blankets for my dogs, huge one. I'll buy anything at a thrift store. It's saving money is not only a smart thing to do, but it's really fun. I love doing that. Good morning, Gloria. Hi, everybody. So, a couple questions that I want to ask you, though. It's not all about me on the video because I love doing these to get to know you. So I would like to know, what is one of the things you would like to learn someday? I will start with me. One of the things that I have always wanted to learn, that I have fantasies about doing, is learning to play the piano. I have fantasies of like I'm out and about with friends and there's a piano in the middle of the room and I just sit down and start playing beautifully. I've never been musically inclined though. So, but I will share that that's one of the things I have always wanted to learn. So let me know one of the things you have always wanted to learn. BB said thrifting is good for the environment. Absolutely. Derek and I recycle. We recycle at the doll shop, and I try to do everything I can to reduce my plastic and consumption and things like that. So like when I make Derek a sandwich or something, I don't make it in plastic Ziplocs. I use paper Ziplocs. I would much rather use paper than plastic any day. So yep, I'm all for the environment, and anything that you can do adds up to be a big thing. So Bailan Curry, I started guitar lessons several years ago. I am lousy, but I keep plugging away. That is so good. It's just so important to start and to do it. And you never have to compare yourself to other people, because I feel like somebody's always going to be better than you. So why bother? That's one of the things is like, when I start getting caught up with that, like I need to reach these peaks of what I see other people doing or other people in my industry or whatever. Like I need to surpass that. Just try to beat yourself. So try to be better today or the next day than you were the day before. So that's the only person that you need to worry about when you're learning and refining your craft. So good morning, everybody. Right now we are talking about what's one of the things you would like to learn to do someday. There's a lot of wonderful things to learn to do out in the world. So one of the things I would like to know is, what is one of the things that makes you laugh the hardest? I love laughing. It is so therapeutic, and there are so many wonderful ways that we can laugh. So please let me know one of the ways that you laugh the hardest. What is one of the things that makes you laugh the hardest? Just a good old, one of those belly laughs, the ones that it's just so good. Over the weekend, Derek and I were laughing about something at dinner, and I started like getting tears that I was laughing so hard, and it was just so much fun. Those moments are everything. So let me know one of the things that makes you laugh the hardest. One of the things that makes me laugh the hardest is definitely my dogs. Dogs are so therapeutic in so many ways, but Murray and especially the bulldogs, they are funny. They have such interesting and funny personalities, and they're just funny animals. So when an animal does something cute or fun, it always warms my heart, but I love to laugh about it too. So definitely my pets are one of the ways that I like to laugh. I know Murray and especially Remy have given you guys some good laughs over the years. So let me know one of the ways that you love to laugh. Angie Garrett said, I'd love to learn how to make soldered jewelry with glass, china, etc. Oh, that's awesome. Yes, I love glass and china jewelry. I think that some of the styles that I've seen are super cool. So that would be really neat. The next question I have is the last one on our list, because we have a lot of things to talk about. But the last question I have is, and I thought of this question yesterday because of the little note that my mom wrote that I thought was so sweet, that I just love. And the question is, what would you say first if your house caught fire? That is not including animals and people. Of course, we would save anything with a beating heart first. This is material possessions. What would you save first if your house caught fire? I want to know. Michael Osborne said, can you recommend a good porcelain doll repair person? I do not recommend anybody specific, but I do recommend the Doll Doctors Association, and they have a hospital locator, which you can see right on their website. It's a hospital locator, and it's got all the different hospitals around the country of different people that specialize in all kinds of different doll repairs. So it's really good to have these people in your arsenal, and a lot of them are just so talented. The Doll Doctors Association is a very active association, and I think that they do a lot of great things, and I would recommend following that association and just getting to know some of the different doll repair people in that association. People ask all the time if we do doll repair, and we do not, mainly because we are always working on our own dolls. And for me to take my ladies off of doll repair for us to do something for somebody else is wildly expensive, and most people don't want to pay for it. And we have to we just really have to work on our own dolls. We're so backed up. I could have like 6 Lindas. So that's why. Lo said, my grandchildren make me giggle, and my children, we always laugh hard together with tears. Isn't laughing with tears? What is one of your favorite emotions? One of my favorite emotions is laughter through tears. So when you're having a hard time and you're chatting and one of your friends is like helping you and they might make you relax and say something funny, laughter through tears. I first heard that actually on Steel Magnolias, and I think Dolly Parton said, laughter through tears is my favorite emotion. And I was like, girl, mine too. Mine is definitely my laughter through tears, and just laughter and laughing till you cry. It's so much fun. So what would you save if your house caught fire? Of course, we save our animals and our people, not including that. I want to know about material stuff. So yesterday, you guys posted so many nice comments on the little note my mom wrote. And I just thought it was, before my mom couldn't talk before that, she started this thing where she would always respond with everything as very much. And so she would say, Mom, do you want to go to work today? Very much. Did you enjoy your hamburger today? Very much. Did you have fun at the doll show today? I liked it very much. And it was just one of the things she just started doing. And people with Alzheimer's or any kind of dementia do pick up these different habits or these different sayings or things that they do that are different from what they've always done. And my mom's was very much, but she has a hard time talking now. And it's very rare that we do hear her speak. If she says anything in the middle of the day or whatever, it's such a cool thing. So she does go the whole day without talking a lot of the time, but she can write things down. So yesterday, we spent the whole day together. She hung out at my house all day, and I said, what was your favorite part of today? And she wrote Downton Abbey, because she got to watch the Downton Abbey movie and watch her favorite show, Downton Abbey, most of the day. So she had a lot of fun with that. So so what we're talking about right now, guys, on our feed is what is one of the first things you would save if your house was on fire. Now, I think for a lot of us, it's going to be our dolls and our doll collection. Mine would definitely be my doll collection if I had dolls at my house, but I don't. So I think what I would save first are those little pieces of ephemera that you just can't ever replace, such as those wonderful little note keepsakes that I just have. And I've actually kept them over the years from cards people have sent me, and even different notes my mom wrote me when I was well. One of the things my mom used to always do when I was a kid, though, is she would write a note on my banana for my lunchbox. And it was the sweetest thing. And so, of course, those got thrown in the trash every day. But it was she would always just write me something, I hope you have a great day, or, it was just always something really nice. And believe it or not, you can take a ballpoint pen and write a note right on a banana. So if you're ever packing somebody's lunch, think about writing them a note on a banana. I'm going to put our Mur down, but he wants to tell you how much he loves you so much and thinks about you all the time. Oh, Murray. Oh my gosh. Doesn't he look dashing though? I think he looks really dapper in his turtleneck sweater. I think his friend Becky sent him this one. I'm not sure, but he just looks so dapper. I am so proud of him. And the bulldogs are hanging out here down too on the floor. Bella, you were the best daughter. Oh, that's sweet. Dolls, photo albums, jewelry, kids' artwork. I'd run fast. For sure. I love my jewelry, and a lot of the pieces are my jewelry are actually family heirlooms. A significant amount of the good jewelry I have is jewelry that my mom gave me. So I would definitely save my jewelry. My jewelry and probably the letters for my house. I know a lot of you guys have incredible collections and things like that in your house. So that's probably what you would save. But for my house, I would take the jewelry and that, and then that's about it. I moved in October, and I still haven't, it's nice, and it's I really love it, but we still haven't fleshed it out with a lot of things. I've been busy, doing stuff. It just hasn't been a priority. Gloria said, if I could get them, I would save my children's baby book and the 2 boxes of photos. Since I have brought this up, I want to get motivated to scan those pictures in and make a backup for them. Thank you for the motivation this morning. Good job, Gloria. Yes. I think it is so important to do that. We always think about, at least I always think about, oh, I'm going to back up this, or I'm going to save that, or I'm going to even for my own videos and archives, I think I'm going to get all these on an external drive. And I do that. I do, but it's a really good reminder to just say things out loud. So if there's something that you guys are watching right now and you feel comfortable enough to share one of the things, one of your goals that you feel comfortable to share out loud, I swear, when I say it out loud, I'm going to do this, I'm able to start doing it. So 2 weeks ago, I have a treadmill, which I got from you guys. I think it was Facebook Marketplace. I got this fabulous treadmill for $200. That's it's a nice treadmill. So don't ever be afraid to go into Facebook Marketplace or look on Craigslist and get stuff used. Getting stuff used, and it was barely used, and I saved $1,000. So, but I said to Derek, I'm saying it out loud. I am going to walk on the treadmill. And now I have almost 5 days a week since I started, and I just said it out loud and I started. BB says, where do you keep your dolls, Rachel? Do you have any from your mom? BB, that is such a great question. So I have several personal dolls, and they are all on my desk at the doll shop. So I sort of live at the doll shop too. I live here. This is my home, but I have always kind of felt like the shop is my home as well. I'm there a lot. It's one of my favorite places on earth. I have clothes there. I have plenty of food there. I could probably stay 2 weeks at the doll shop and have enough clothes and food and blankets and stuff. I'd be fine. So BB, most of my dolls are at the doll shop. I have my Greg Ortiz Betty Boop here that I just love. She's here, but everything else is at the shop. It's kind of like a way for me to just enjoy them every day. And yeah, they're all there. Do you have any dolls from your mom? I do not have any dolls from my mom, probably because when I was growing up, I was not a doll collector. I was kind of a tomboy. I loved reptiles and I don't know, and it's hard. I don't like the word tomboy, but I wasn't into what you would quote unquote call girly things such as dolls. Not that dolls are girly at all. Most of my collectors and people I work with are men, but you guys know what I mean. You know what I'm trying to say here. So I was not into I was not into dolls. I really liked reptiles, and I had a very short haircut, and I didn't start getting into like dolls and beauty and fashion until high school. And so by then I was already working at the doll shop, and I just kind of was immersed in dolls. So Remy Lou, no. She's barking at a squirrel out in the yard. So no, I don't have any from my mom, but I will inherit all of my mother's dolls. So I will cherish them. My mother has so many wonderful dolls, from one of her first dolls, which was an AM390, which is one of her favorite dolls, to just the sky's the limit. She has incredible dolls, and I live next door to her, and I get to see her dolls all the time and really appreciate them, and they're so beautifully arranged. So I do get to see dolls in a lot of capacity that is just not in my house. And then especially going out into the world, some of the places I visit, I feel like the dolls are mine in a way, in their spirit, because I get to visit them so much. Do you guys know what I mean? Sometimes when you go to a museum and you have your favorite painting, it feels like it's your painting. And that's why museums are so important, because you get to share it, and it's like having it. Museums are wonderful because, something amazing, there's no point in just one person enjoying it. And that's one of the biggest reasons why I do virtual events and things, and sharing things out on the internet, because what's the point of just me learning? When I ask Linda, hey, how did you do that? I need to know how we do things. Like, what's the point of just me knowing? I think it's really important for everybody to know. So BB said, how did your mom first get into dolls? My mom was in the antique industry, and she had an antique store, and she was an antiquer, and she had her mother, my grandmother, really loved black dolls. And so when my mom would go to estate sales, my grandmother would say, keep your eye out for black dolls. And my mom found my grandma some fabulous black dolls for her collection. She liked bisque and cloth black dolls, or ethnic, but they were mostly black. And one day, my mom had found some fabulous dolls at this estate sale, and called my grandma and said, I have these dolls available for you. I'm going to bring them over. Do you want me to get them? And my grandmother just said, no, I'm done collecting dolls. I don't want any more dolls. And my mom was like, how can somebody just turn off like that? But it's okay. People, you can, that's fine. But she was looking at these dolls at this estate sale, and they were a really good deal. So she bought them, and she put them in her antique shop, and they sold like the next day. And they sold right away, and they sold well. And so my mom, being a very smart business lady, went to the library and bought books and checked out books and started reading and finding out anything that she could about dolls. My mother had no formal training. My mother had my older brother Daryl at a very young age, when she was 15, and she did not go to college or just have basically any of the wonderful things I grew up with, which makes me just so grateful for everything I have. My mother had it rough, and she was able to succeed and to just keep trying and work really, really, really hard. So her antique shop and everything that she did, she built off of with my father, who has been a major support in helping her over the years with everything. The two of them as a team have just built an incredible thing. My parents met when they were 18 and 16. And my mom had a 3-year-old son, and my dad was working at McDonald's and lived in a trailer home, a nice trailer home. And they met at McDonald's in the window. And the rest is history right there. They've been married for 55 years. So I'm really proud of them. Good morning, Mimi. Love you too. Animal print is my favorite. Oh, thanks. My favorite embellishment on fashion, favorite is anything with bows or ruffles. So this is one of my favorite tops because these tendrils are super, 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 super long, and you wind them around your head a few times and then create a bow. But you can do a bow over here or just leave it down. So I really love things like that. Marta said, would you share your mom's collection with us someday? Oh, for sure. I've shared a lot of her collection over the years. I've done different tours in her house where you guys have seen a lot of her wonderful ladies of fashion, Madame Alexandra dolls. I've shared with you a lot of her bisque dolls, and she has a wonderful collection of Cupies. Her Christmas tree, her antique Christmas tree full of antique ornaments, just amazes. She has just a pretty varied collection. She's got all kinds of wonderful paper maches and things. So yes, I will. I am actually also working with a museum in New York that is doing a black doll exhibit, and I will be loaning several of her dolls for that exhibit. And then of course we will be flying to New York and covering that exhibit virtually so that everyone can attend if they can't go in person. So that is a really fun thing too that we got going on. Sherry, I love what you shared about your mom. Thank you guys. It is so fun to be here with you on this video. I love our Thursday check-ins, and I can't thank you enough for tuning in and checking in with me and sharing a bit of your life and your story and stuff like that. Marta, I love her life-size Santa. Thank you so much. She has 2 life-size Santas, and I think I told you guys that over Christmas, the lady who designed those life-size Santas called me. Her name is Rosemary Volpe, and she called me and we spoke on the phone, and it was just really, really a nice conversation, and I was really touched by what she had to say, and she just loved seeing the pictures of the Santas in my mom's house. I was a little girl when we went and got them, and I'll never forget it. We went into her house, and she had them like standing in the corner, and she grabbed them, and she was kind of moving them like this to get them to move across the room. And I don't know, my dad must have been there because they're 6 feet tall. So my dad must have put them into the car. Over the years, my dad has done a lot with just helping my mom secure dolls and get up at 5 a.m. to do local doll shows and things like that. It's just amazing the adventures that our dolls can bring us and the way that we can travel and get to know each other and stuff like that. So don't we just, Catherine, I have great respect for your mom always, number one. Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. My mother has been a very, very active member of the doll community for so many years. She has won all kinds of awards. I'm bragging right now because I'm proud of her. I'm proud of my mom. I am so proud of her shop and everything that she's been able to accomplish. And she also raised 3 children. So she did a good job raising us. I don't feel like any of us are losers. And you know what I mean? Not that if your kid turns out to be a loser, it was your fault, but she did a good job. She did a good job. I was blessed with a wonderful childhood, but I still grew up with a very strong sense of empathy and humility. And I was spoiled, but I was never a spoiled brat. You guys know what I'm saying? Aside from dolls, what is the #1 popular seller at your antique store? That's from BB. BB, we specialize in dolls. I don't stock antiques at all anymore. So when my mother's disease took strong hold and I became president of our company, I reinvented the wheel. And part of reinventing the wheel for our company was focusing on what did the job, like what paid our bills, what we needed to focus on. Good morning, Bridget. And for us, it was dolls. We had, our shop was full of all kinds of beautiful antiques, roll top desks, stuff, all kinds of beautiful stuff. But you guys, those weren't selling like French bébés. So I completely cut off any antique buying, and it was just such a relief to take all of those resources, and by resources I mean time, energy, space in our shop. I sent probably half the antiques to the local auction, which we actually did pretty well. I was very excited. And we have not purchased any antiques in over 2 years. So, but to answer the question, the second probably hottest seller in our shop is jewelry. And I will buy jewelry. I have a lady coming in today to bring me her mom's jewelry and stuff. It's really hard for me as a big shop to turn away a lot of things, especially if I'm really helping a family by moving it on. So I will buy jewelry, but I do not buy big antiques or anything like that. We're eventually, once all of the antiques sell, it's going to be a wonderland for doll collectors, because the entire shop is going to be full of dolls. Everything that has to do with dolls. So we have so much stuff in storage. And so we're going to have doll houses and miniatures and modern dolls. We're going to have all kinds of things. So that is going to be very, very, very exciting. Christine says, it's 5:30 a.m. over here in New Zealand. I am awake early. Lovely to hear you about your mom's story. Yes, of course. Good morning. I love that we can share from all around the world. You guys are in New Zealand and we're talking. I love it. Patricia, we can tell how wonderful you are, that your parents did a good job with your siblings. Thank you guys so much. And don't get me wrong, I had a lot of kinks that I had to work out growing up. I was not, I was a model student. That was one thing that I was always able to do is, oops, hang on. Our light went out. Now it's back. I was always able to keep my grades. The grades were always really important to me, and I was on the speech team and I did theater and stuff like that. But don't get me wrong, I did my fair share of sneaking out, doing all the things that girls do in high school, getting caught smoking cigarettes, all the things that you get in trouble for, that a kid does. I certainly did. I had a wild streak. I still have a wild streak. And the wild streak now, instead of sneaking out in the middle of the night and smoking cigarettes, I don't smoke, by the way, but in high school, you do things. I channel that wild streak into my work. So now you guys know that I'm pretty wild. I get out there and I have fun and I post stuff and I do my thing. So I channel that energy from this to that. So I'm glad that I guess I'm glad I had that wild streak. But my poor mom, she used to call me, Catherine, New Orleans, 2003. Oh man, Catherine, did you see me in New Orleans in 2003? Dang. Yeah, I had a crazy night in New Orleans in 2003. If you were out at that, down there on Bourbon Street, then yeah, that's kind of unforgettable. But I don't know if that's what you were referring to, but yeah, I did have a wild streak. I still do. We all have a wild streak. We're all wild things, right? We're all wild things. I have always been really brave. So I was always the one at the party or whatever to jump off the roof or do things first or whatever. And I still have that, but Catherine, is that what you're referring to? Oh, that's so funny. So yeah, what Catherine is referring to is in New Orleans in 2003, we went to, were we in New Orleans? Anyway, I met Greg Ortiz for the first time, and Greg and I went out and we had a great time, and we were going from like bar to bar to bar and running into dull people and just having such a blast. But Catherine, I don't remember when we ran into you, but girl, I was having a really good time that night, so I don't remember a whole lot. But it was in the past. I don't regret anything that I did because I feel like it helped create the fabric of the person I am today. So when my mom first got sick and stuff, I started to bring up all this guilt of like times I misbehaved or times that I kept her up all night. In New Orleans. Oh no, now I know what you're talking about. Okay. We've been to New Orleans twice. Okay, the first time I was in New Orleans, you guys, this is what Catherine's talking about. I went to a bar with some of my friends, and it was a gay bar, and I was with two very gorgeous gay men, and we were having such a great time, but it was very, the walls were it was very dark on the inside, and so we didn't know if the sun was up or down or whatever. We didn't know what time it was. My cell phone died, and I remember distinctly saying to my friend Kenny, we should go so we can get the last bus back to the hotel, which was at 1 a.m. And we go, so we're thinking it's like 12:30 at night, right? And this was at a doll convention. We go up the stairs, we go out into the world, and people are like with their briefcases going to work, and it was 8 a.m. It was 8 a.m. And I felt terrible. We got home, but my poor mom, when we got back into the hotel room, was on the phone with the police doing a missing person, and they wouldn't do one yet because I hadn't been gone for 24 hours. But oh man. Another time she got really mad at me was at another doll event because I got really, really, really intensely sunburned, like bad. I just wasn't thinking. I was being just silly and just not thinking, and I got really sunburned. And when I came back to the room, she was just so upset that I would let myself get so sunburned. And believe me, I was upset too. But yeah, we got home about 8:30 in the morning. And then I had to be in the sales room at I think 9. So that was a good one. That one was funny. Catherine, were you there? Were you in the lobby? Were you in the bar? That's funny. Okay, so anyway, it's so fun to catch up with you. So what is happening for the rest of the week for me is Grace's hairstylist. Grace is our Robert Tonner doll. Grace Marie Fitzpatrick she has her own personal hairstylist, and his name is Chad, and he will be in the shop either today or tomorrow, and we're going to film that awesome, beautiful updo and show you guys how to do a couple really fun hairdos with Grace. So I am so excited about that, and we're going to be in the shop today and tomorrow. So we'll be doing a couple more live feeds on that. If there's anything that you guys have really wanted to learn as far as repair, let me know. We only do a certain amount of repair, and we don't do a lot of such as like wood and stuff like that. I guess we do. Anyway, but if there's something that you've been really wanting to learn, then let me know. And I just try to mix it up. So I like to film just like making a bow for a bustle, or cleaning a leather body, or stringing a needle. I don't know, just like little different things that we do in the shop to help you learn. I think what I am doing with the shop and the repair and just showing you guys what we're doing, I don't know anybody else that's doing that. And I think it's really fun and quite revolutionary to just let you guys be a fly on the wall. And I kind of wish we had started earlier, because we have just had some incredible projects and things that we have done over the years. And I want dolls to be saved. We don't even handle outside repairs. So I don't want to be the only person that knows how to do things at all. I want you guys to be able to do things on your own and empower you to do that. So this is why I do that. I'd love to learn how your team recommends cleaning vintage Barbies. Okay, yeah, that's something we can definitely do, because Chad, Grace's hairstylist, is also a Barbie expert. Sherry said, how to fix a missing finger or fingers. We do reconstruct fingers. We use fast mache, and Stanley does an incredible job matching the paint. But yes, we can definitely show how to do that. Bridget, how about sissy repair? People have been asking about that, especially restringing. Bridget, do sissy dolls require a different kind of repair than any kind of typical Madame Alexander doll? I haven't asked my team to restring a sissy in, I don't know. There's certain dolls we can't restring, but I don't know. That is a good question. And we don't, see, the thing is with our shop, I'm going to film things we're organically doing, which is a lot of the time bisque repair. And it's not just repair. We don't always, a lot of the times the dolls themselves are in perfect condition, but we do need to do what we call is the fluff and fold, where we fluff them up, get them folded, and like get them ready to go. So we do the fluff and fold, which is so important to do. And your dolls require it after they've been in the case for a long time. Fluff and fold is just it's what we call it. I think we got that word. I think we got it from Alan Pate, who does fluff and fold on his Japanese dolls, but you guys know what I mean. Bridget said, yes, weird heads. I don't know. We do have a couple sissies, but they don't need restrung. But I will put this in my back pocket, and next time we get a sissy that needs restrung, I'm going to see what's going on. We are not experts in that. So if you're out there and you're an expert in something and you don't mind sharing it with the world, then do it. Make a tutorial. Make a tutorial and do it. Some of my most famous tutorials are the ones where I'm showing somebody how to do something and empowering them to do something. When I worked for Ruby Lane, I started doing videos of like just basic doll restringing and basic doll repair. And I'll never forget those videos. They were low quality. I did not know what I was doing, but I just had a feeling that I needed to be doing this. And those videos still, they have like 50,000 views. So, and I know they've helped a lot of people. Becca said, Whitcomb said, how to fluff and fold. I'd love to see how you get them ready. Anything people typically miss. So we do a lot of the videos where we show with Linda, where I show like the beginning and then we kind of show through the end. Every fluff and fold is different. So we start, every single one's different because they all require different things. Sometimes it's just preserving or repairing a little bit about their originality that's already there. Sometimes we take the outfit completely off and put on a different outfit or whatever. So each doll tells a different story. It needs a different fluff and fold. Sometimes we can fluff and fold 4 or 5 dolls in a day. Sometimes I will have my team working on a doll for a week, which is a very significant investment in dollars. So when you guys see something that's just beautifully done and ready to go and cleaned and laundered and strung and all the things, just know that whoever did that spent like a lot of time on it, a lot of time. And my ladies are paid well. It's thousands of dollars every month for the cost of our labor at the antique shop. So it really does make a big difference. But I'm really glad to share it with you too. What are some of the different careers you've had? How long were you with Ruby Lane? I love that question. Thank you, Sandy. So I started working at the doll shop when I was young, probably 12 or 13. I just worked cleaning the glass and just helping people and I officially started working there as an infant because my mom took me to work every day. But my first real... I did all of our internet stuff from the age of 14 at the antique shop. I was along with other people helping in so many capacities, from usually just the internet stuff. So eBay and photography and answering questions, answering the phone, stuff like that. So at age 14, I started that. And then I worked at the doll shop all through college. And then right out of college, I started working in jewelry. So I worked for a jewelry company for about 8 years as a diamond consultant and a jewelry consultant. And I still love jewelry. And that's probably why we still dabble in it at the antique shop. And I started doing that. And then I worked for Ruby Lane for about 4 years or so. And I handled a lot of their doll department things and the social media and the onboarding of new doll shops. And I did their jewelry newsletter for a while, and I vetted a lot of things. And so I worked for Ruby Lane. That was one of my favorite jobs ever. I loved that job. And then I've also, one of the things I do now is personal property appraisals. So I do a lot of personal property appraisals that I do not post on the internet because I can't. They're private. They're usually for divorces or deaths or things like that. And I certainly can't post that I'm doing one or where any of the amazing things that I am appraising. So that never gets put out, but I do a lot of personal property appraisals. I went to appraiser school in 2014, and I am an accredited appraiser with the ISA. So that is something I do in conjunction with the doll shop. So not too many jobs. I started jobs and I stuck with them. So I did jewelry for a long time, Ruby Lane for a long time. The doll shop I've done my entire life, and of course the VDC and everything like that. It all kind of works together. Having another VDC in the fall, giggling, I know I am pushing it. Gloria, we are not having another VDC in the fall, but thank you so much for asking. We will have another VDC. I just don't know when. But the good news is that I am working on all kinds of wonderful projects and ideas for 2020 that are going to keep us all inspired and busy and motivated excited and having the best time. And one of those projects is the Virtual Doll Convention Social Club. And it is a club that I hope to launch soon. I don't want to give any hard dates because I want to just launch it when I'm ready, when you guys are ready, when everybody's ready. But it is a subscription, and it will be for a very low amount, a very affordable amount. And every month there will be all kinds of fun things in the social club. So you will have exclusive content, all kinds of different programs and day trips. And we will have a monthly recipe, and we will have one of the things that I am really excited about is a monthly download and activity. And so the social club is kind of like, I subscribe to Netflix, I subscribe to Amazon Prime, I subscribe to a lot of things. And this is going to be kind of like that, super, super, super affordable. And it is a private club. And so I think that that'll be really fun. It's a way that I can manage doing the virtual stuff and monetize it enough that I can, pay for a lot of the things that I have to go do to make it really exciting, such as traveling and going places and being away from the shop. And it is a way for you to every single month be in a community and be inspired and get these activities and this inspiration and get connected. So the VDC club, it's a collector's club. It's a social club though, you guys. It's going to be fun. It's fun. So that's one of the things that I'm excited about. But the VDC conventions, I think 2 in a year is probably too much for a lot of reasons. Mainly because for me, it was really difficult to be away from home as much as I was. And I loved every single moment of it. I cherish every single moment of it, but it took too much from my life, in the sense that I was away from home for too much and I was thinking about it too much. And so in the months leading up to it, I didn't have a lot of balance. I did not do a lot of the things that I love. I didn't have my mom over. So a lot of things got the shaft, such as family and personal things. And so with the club, it's kind of like a miniature convention every month. It's not, it will be very well planned out, very well thought out. And I think it would be super fun. So think of like Netflix for dolls. I just love I love the idea. And there's so many different companies that are doing subscription clubs for fitness, for food, for gardening, for flower arrangement. For every single thing, there's like a subscription club that you can get the content and the stuff every month. So I think a VDC Collectors Club will be a wonderful thing to keep us entertained in between conventions. So to tell you guys exactly what's going on, I think that for me, and for you, and for all of us, I think the best thing for us all is to have a yearly convention. We will have a yearly convention and then all kinds of fun stuff happening in between. And so those things in between are side trips. They are travel. They are repairing workshops. They are guest speakers. They are me traveling. See, if I can travel like once a month to one of the things that I really want to do this year that I am already planning on is I want to go to different events that are kind of off the beaten path. So I want to go to events that I've never gone before. I want to go to conventions that I've never gone to before. Big and small. So I want to go to the Show and Hut convention. I want to go to Barbie convention. I want to go to Terry Lee convention. I want to do conventions that like maybe you've never heard of or gone to, small conventions. People that want me there and want to share the digital aspect of their convention. So I am really excited to go and do some of those things. So Sherry, you said, I'm so sorry. If that's in reference to me, do not feel sorry for me, guys. Ever. I wanted to do the virtual convention. I will never complain because I had tremendous success. You can't complain if you launch something and you have tremendous success. I never want to come from a place where you guys think I'm complaining, but I am 34 years old. I really want to have a family someday, and I want to do certain things while maintaining my career, that I can do it all. I want to do it all. And I think if I am running two conventions a year, I know I won't be able to do it all, because in 2019, I tried it and I loved it, but it was too much. So the subscription club I can do, and it'll be so fun, and we're going to love it. And then one convention a year I think is absolutely best. Rachel, I hope you have some time to go to one of Bradley's events. BlytheCon in Calgary. Yes, Susan, I would love to go to one of Bradley's events. BlytheCon in Calgary. It's in Detroit. Oh my gosh, how fun. Yeah, so BlytheCon, great idea. If you guys know of a convention that is off the beaten path, and by off the beaten path, I mean a convention that maybe you've never seen me go to. I want to go to conventions that are big and small that I didn't know existed. So I didn't know there was a Show and Hut convention. I didn't know there was a BlytheCon. I didn't, you know what I mean? So if you guys have gatherings and things that you think are a fabulous thing for me to go to and to bring my digital cameras, then let me know about it. Marta said, for your sake, I'm happy to hear that. I always thought the VDC was too much for you. We'll miss it. We'll be together still. Absolutely. You guys, it never goes away, the virtual conventions. And I always have something going on, and the virtual convention isn't defined by a convention that is in the works or coming up or whatever. The convention is defined by the people. And so as long as we are all together in some capacity, which is on my page or on, a public page or whatever. And you guys know I always reach out over emails. The beating heart of the virtual convention is the people. And so we will always have each other. We will always have new products. We will always have something exciting to look forward to and to talk about and everything. And I really think that one a year is just going to be for the best. And I know that you guys agree with that, because as amazing as it was, I was gone too much, and I didn't cook food for my family, and I didn't just do a lot of the life things that I want to do. So since the convention, I've done a lot of deep thinking and searching and just really evaluating my life and thinking about what I want to do. I also have to come up with a plan that is best for my company. So as you guys know, I have a lot of employees, and I support myself off of the company and things like that. And I have to invest and to do things that also support the overall health of my company. And one of the things that got the shaft during the last convention is that I wasn't able to work on dolls in my own shop. I didn't list any dolls. I didn't do hardly any of the work on the dolls that I needed to do, because I had all my people working on the convention. So I need some balance. And so we got it. My ladies have been working on dolls in the shop. I have been cooking for my family, and I'm feeling a lot better. I'm feeling good. So it's good. I would love a tutorial on how to make a small mohair or human doll wig. Yes. We do not make wigs at our shop, but I do have several friends that make awesome wigs. And I think a tutorial on wig making and wefting, and maybe even redoing or bringing out a wig or adding extensions. I don't know what it's called. Wefting, just doing something to revive a wig, I think is super important. Hairstyling, I think all those topics never get old, and it's something we always need to learn. So I think that would be a great thing. Thank you for the suggestion. But again, don't forget what I said, guys. I want to go to things that are off the beaten path. So tell me about different conventions and events. And you can always email me at info@virtualdollconvention.com or rachel@virtualdollconvention.com. I have 2 emails. I agree with you, Rachel. One convention a year is about all I can handle. I still have not caught up with everything, and I want to enjoy my conventions are extremely produced, which means they have if I was doing a convention that had 10 videos and we had like 3 videos a day, I could have a lot of conventions. I could probably have a convention every 3 months, but my conventions, our conventions, typically have around 50 presentations and workshops. And so that's a lot for anybody. I mean, think about technically producing and doing all that and all the downloads and all the things. And then also just for you, it's a lot to take in because it's just a lot to watch and to watch effectively. If you're going to sit there and you're going to watch and actually take notes and actually get a lot from the presentation, that takes time and energy. And so, I thought about doing less and having 2 a year, or kind of having the same concept where I do have a lot of different things that we do and places we travel and things, but it's spread out over the course of a year. And then we have the kind of the same amount, but it's one convention. So, you learn, you guys, you learn. When I first launched the convention, I didn't think it was going to be a one-off, but I didn't know exactly where it was going to take me. Now that I have 3 under my belt, I have been able to sit back and take some inventory and figure out what is most important to my people, which are you, and my personal life, which is me, and my dogs, and just the overall health of, my family and my life and what's really important. Jeannie, I miss hearing the club concept. I talked a lot about it. It's the VDC Social Club. So we're going to have a social club that is a monthly subscription. So yes, you will be paying every month for it because as you guys know, it costs me a lot of time and energy. It costs a lot to put on a convention or any kind of thing. When I'm filming stuff in the doll shop all day, that's what I'm doing all day. I'm not doing other things. I'm not listing online. I'm not working on, I'm filming. So I have to monetize it in a way that I can afford to do it. But the social club will be very inexpensive. And by that, I mean, it'll be less than $10, probably $5 or $6 a month. And it's just a recurring subscription. So it's a way that it's kind of like a tip jar that you can say, hey, Rachel, I enjoyed this content. Keep going. This download was fabulous. You guys know that I always over deliver. Everything I do, I try to make everything I do just so worth it. So I think that'll be a really fun thing in between our yearly convention. Becca, you're kicking so much butt. Girl, you're kicking butt too. I think you guys are all kicking butt. So what time is it? Oh, it's time for me to scootle on over to the doll shop. But before I go, because I have a lot of you here, I see you here with me, guys, I thought it would be fun to do a little affirmation for us all before I go. So affirmations are wonderful ways that we can kind of tune into ourselves and remind ourselves of certain things and kind of get us on the right track and in the right mindset for the day. So since you're here with me, if you care to, and I love it when you do this, if you can write say it out loud, but also write it in the comments. I want you guys to write our affirmation for the day in the comments. Okay, so our first part of our affirmation is, I am worthy of love. I'll wait. I am worthy of love. It's February, and I am thinking all about love. Lauren, you are worthy of love, girl. You are worthy of love. Mimi, you are worthy of love. Jeannie, you are worthy of love. Murray, you are worthy of love. Dolly, you are worthy of love. Bonnie, you are worthy of love. Sandy, you are worthy of love. Sherry, you are worthy of love. You guys are all worthy of love. Sarah, you are worthy of love. Mimi, worthy of love. Okay, Gloria, you are worthy of love. Lo, you are worthy of love. The next one is, I do not earn my worth. I do not earn my worth. And that means that your worth is already inside of you. You do not have to earn your worth. I do not have to earn my reason to be here. I do not earn my worth. You do not have to earn your right to take up space in this world. You do not earn your worth to talk and to voice your opinion and to be a person in this world. There's nothing that you have to do to earn that. It is already inside of you. Bonnie, you do not earn your worth. Sherry, you do not earn your worth. Jeannie, you do not earn your worth, because it is there. It is already inside of you, and there's nothing about your worth that you have to earn. It is there because you have purpose. And your purpose is right here. Put your hand on your chest, and I want you to feel your beating heart. Okay, do it all with me. Do you feel that beating heart right there? That is your purpose. Your purpose isn't anything that you earn. Your purpose is not because you are rich or you know how to do certain things, or you have the biggest house, or you have the most dolls, or you have all of these different college degrees. None of that matters. What matters is what is in your heart, and that you are worthy of love, and you were put here because you have a purpose. And that purpose is already inside of you. You were born with it. So there's nothing that you have to earn. There's no credit you need to earn. There's no doll you need to buy. There's no place you need to go. There's no first class seat that you need to sit in. There's nothing that makes you any better or worse than anyone else, because we are all here deserving of love, worthy of love, and our purpose is right here. Now, our last affirmation, my favorite affirmation, one that is so important, and I want you to type it in, and I'm never going to quit saying it or getting tired of it or anything, and you guys probably know what it is. It is, I am enough. Write it down, say it out loud, put it in the comments, because guys, you are enough. You are enough. You were enough the day you were born. You are enough the day that you die. You are enough right here, sitting in front of me, chatting on Facebook. You are enough going into a doll show. You are enough no matter how much you weigh. You are enough no matter how much money you have. You are enough no matter what house you live in, where you go, how many friends you have. You are enough no matter how many children you have, who you are married to. You are enough if you're single. You are enough if you are divorced. You are enough if you have just met the love of your life. You are enough if you are looking for a partner. You are enough all of the time, every day. You are enough. And if you ever need that reminder, you just hop on over here, and I will always tell you, Penny, you're enough. Suzanne, you are enough. Anne, you're enough. Lo, you're enough. Gloria, you're enough. You guys are so much more than enough. And I am so proud of you every day. And I see you going out and unfolding and doing all these incredible things, or just reaching out and giving somebody a little push and reminding them. Here's the thing about life. Sometimes we can't always hang on. Sometimes we can't always be positive, and we can't always be that light that we are a lot of the time. And so when you're having a hard time, that's when you need to reach out to the wonderful community that we have here and ask them to hang on for you for a day or two until you can hang on again. It's okay if you can't hang on. It's okay if you feel sad. It's okay if some days you feel like you can't get out of bed and you can't do things and everything makes you cry. All of those things are all okay, because they are our feelings and they are inside of us, and we can't help how we feel. And sometimes we don't even need a reason. But when I have those days, the important thing that I do is that I remember that I am enough, that I don't have to earn my worth. My worth is already inside of me simply because I'm here. And on the days that I feel like I'm not doing enough or being enough, or that I'm not, that I should be further along, or just whatever, all of those things that we have as human beings that we think about, just remember that you don't have to earn anything. You don't have to prove anything. And you are worthy of all the wonderful things in life because you're here, because you exist, because you were born, because of that beating heart right here. Okay. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for our Thursday check-in. It's always so fun to chat with you, and we will see you very soon. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. And thank you so much for watching and listening and being here and being a friend as always. Okay. Bye, everybody. Have a great day.